Hello everyone and welcome to a new reading. Today we are doing an individual reading for another NCT member, and for this one it's the youngest one, Jisung. I think that's how you say his name, and I think he is the youngest one. It would be funny if he's not, and I'm just like saying all these wrong things. In this reading we are going to check 4 different areas of his life: his current energy, his career, his love life, and any healing messages that come through. And with all that said, let's just jump into his reading. So let's see, what is he currently going through? I'm not surprised a bunch of cards came out, because when I was picking which decks to use for him, I was getting a bunch of options. Like I could use this deck or this other one, this oracles or this other ones. So I had a feeling that he had a lot of things to say, but I'm still, staying focused on the format that I usually take, which is 3 oracles and 1 tarot. Anyway, so we have the 8 of Wands reverse, the Chariot, the 9 of Wands reverse, the 3 of Cups reverse, and lastly the Sun. So it's a bit strange because I have a feeling that he's going through a period of both stagnation and also a lot of movement. So with the 8 of Wands reverse, there is a message for him that currently he has to take a break or he has to stop. Now, I know that NCT Dream has been working a lot this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he needs to take a break from all of that. But it also feels like maybe there's something that he wants to go towards or something coming his way that is being not necessarily denied, but more like delayed. I feel that there is something that could have come faster towards him, but because of maybe his environment or the situation that he's in, something is slowing it down. So he, or that thing that's coming towards him, is being held back somehow. Now, outside from like this sense of like stagnation or something that is being delayed, we have the Chariot. And the Chariot talks about moving forward, is picking a path and sticking to it, is finally making a decision and moving towards that one goal or that one destination. It could show travel, which I'm pretty sure NCT Dream has been traveling around. I'm assuming, they had concerts, right? I'm assuming they went to places. I do not know. But to me, this looks like there was a journey that has started, and then this is what's going on right now, but this is the outlook at the end. So let's kind of go through this journey that he's going through. So currently he started on this new journey, he started something new, and with his 9 of Wands reverse, he is overcoming a lot of challenges. Maybe he has some ear pain because my left ear started to hurt, so maybe he's having some ear pain. That can symbolize something. Or he's tired of listening to other people. Maybe he may be tired of very loud noises. I'm not too sure. But anyways, with this 9 of Wands reverse, I have a feeling that he is overcoming some challenges, because the 9 of Wands usually talks about someone that is very cautious because they have been hurt before, and that energy doesn't want to experience that pain again. So with this 9 of Wands reverse, I have a feeling that he is slowly trying to get out of that cautious mindset. He's trying to be a risk taker. He's trying to push forward. He's trying to gain courage. He's trying to move past that. However, it's not necessarily a happy time for him because we have the 3 of Cups reverse. So he's not necessarily... So the 3 of Cups usually talks about someone that's celebrating, someone that's hanging out with friends and having fun. And with it being reversed, I do feel that it kind of shows that he's been a little bit too hard on himself. He can't celebrate his accomplishments. He can't just be happy about the improvements he has done in his life. So these things that he's trying to overcome, or he's slowly trying to push past, if you want to put it that way, those obstacles, he can't really celebrate those milestones because there's something that is just not working, I feel. Now the other thing, that's one interpretation, but the other interpretation with having these 2 cards reversed could be that he wants to move forward into this new path, and because of this new path that he's going through, he's encountering a lot of obstacles that is kind of projecting or reflecting something that he doesn't want to see about himself, and that is not a pretty time for him. There could be accomplishments and a lot of things to celebrate surrounding him, but within him there could still be a lot of issues that he has not been able to overcome, a lot of fears that are still building up for him. And that Three of Cups could show that instead of celebrating this new journey he's going through and trying to stay optimistic about it, he's actually going through a period where he can't do that, because every, I guess, accomplishment that he faces, it reflects something within him that he's not ready to face, if that makes sense. So it kind of feels like good things come his way, but then there's a sacrifice that comes with it as well. Something that he's not ready to let go of, or it just reflects a pain within him that he's just trying to ignore. So it could be those two things, right? So either he's overcoming challenges and he can't celebrate them for whatever reason, or it's the thing where he's facing challenges that he's not aware of, he doesn't really want to entertain too much, and because of that there's this sense of not being able to celebrate milestones. However, at the end we have the Sun. So the Sun is a pretty optimistic card. It is a card that talks about positivity. It talks about inner child healing. It talks about, there's this Cancer Leo energy. So now that I think about it, there is a chance that maybe something happened when the Sun was in Cancer. So that would be the end of June, beginning of July, or something happened between Cancer and Leo season, either this year or some other year, where it could have triggered this emotion within him. And that will be the end of June all the way to mid-August. I don't know what happened around that time for him. I don't really keep up to what he's doing or what NCT Dream is doing, in all honesty. But I do feel that there could have been something, that a new journey that is supposed to help with his inner child healing, but it has caused, of course, a lot of obstacles to surface, because, well, part of healing is facing the things that we have to heal. So some wounds have to be reopened so they can actually heal properly and being taken care of. So I do feel that this could have been, if we connect this to the Eight of Wands reversed, this could have been the delayed. Like, there was something that was coming very strongly, very quickly, but then it kind of just stopped. I have a feeling that maybe his success. Also, I'm finding it very hard to breathe for some reason. So maybe he has either breathing problems, or he's being very anxious lately. I don't really know what's going on with him, but it's not pretty. So maybe he's been feeling very pressured, very anxious. Maybe he's overthinking a lot, and that could be part of the obstacles. But yeah, I really feel like out of breath, and I don't think that's me. I'm not moving, so I don't think that's me. Anyway, so let's check his career. What's going on with Jisung's career? I'll take those three, yeah. Yeah, I had a feeling that he was going to be very chatty, or that we were going to get a lot of cards for him. So what's going on with his career? Okay. So the first card that we have is Prosperity Lies Ahead with New Moon in Taurus. Disseminating Moon with Take Time to Breathe Out. Definitely he needs a break. And then we have Full Moon in Taurus with Your Dreams Need a Practical Plan. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, with all this Taurus energy, it definitely feels that in his career, things are going very slowly. Things are building up slowly as well. And he strikes me as someone that is very, very patient because of all this Taurus energy. Or if he isn't, he had to learn how to be patient, because things are moving very, very slowly in his career. Like, there is a promise that in the future, like, this new journey that he has embarked on, there's a lot of good things coming his way, a lot of prosperity, a lot of abundance, a lot of good luck, or a lot of blessings are coming through. However, I do feel like he needs to take a break to be able to have a clear mind, if that makes sense, because I do feel he's overthinking a lot of something, and that is causing him to be very insecure in some area of his life, or to feel very pressured in his life as well. But with your dreams need a practical plan, there is the sense that he needs to take things one step at a time. So if he has a goal that he's going forward, he kind of needs to slow down a little bit more so he can analyze the best way to approach his goal, but in a way that it's not at the detriment of his health, specifically his mental health. I do feel, again, with this take time to breathe out, it makes me think of someone that has to meditate, or it makes me think of someone that maybe, I don't know if he's sick, but he could really feel agitated or very out of breath when he's performing. He could be very nervous as well. And those things are very, like, holding him back a lot or making his job a lot more difficult than he used to. But I think it's because things are slowly building up in such a way that now he feels a bit uncomfortable. I think he has to take things slow, not because there was an external obstacle, but an internal one. In this case, him going so quickly and not actually taking time to take a break for himself is actually causing for the universe and for life to take it upon their hands to slow him down. So if he's not slowing down himself, life will put an obstacle to make him slow down, if that makes sense. So I do feel that he needs, with your dreams need a practical plan, I have a feeling that he could be overworking himself for no reason. And what I mean for no reason is that his goal is not going to just like disappear. His blessings are not going to go away, but he needs to slow down because I really do feel that he's out of breath. Okay, now the other girls that we have right here, we have Flashover with It's All in Your Head, and then we have Mosaic with Let Chance play its creative role in your life. So he could be having control issues. Now let me explain what I mean by control issues. He could feel like he has to do everything in order to make his dreams come true, and he's not allowing the universe to, or he's not allowing life to just do its thing. What I mean by that is that he may not trust that eventually things are going to pay out for him. He may feel like he has to do all the work to make things happen, to get things moving, but I do feel that by putting that much force, he's actually creating a lot more resistance and slowing his dreams down, because life is not going to give him something when he needs to take a break. Life is telling him take a break or take things slow, but it definitely feels like he's not in the right mindset to get his abundance, because if he's overthinking things so much, he will never have energy for the work that it's ahead of him. Now, with the Mosaic, I do feel like he has broken into pieces. He has put so much pressure on himself, and he's under so much stress within his career because he wants to make something happen, but it's not really happening in the timing or pace that he wants. He's been putting he's laser focused on some goal, and he has put a lot of energy into it, but it has caused him to kind of break apart. I don't necessarily know if he's in this state already or if he's entering this state soon enough, but if things continue this way, something will happen that he will have to take a break. Either a project goes downhill, the company for whatever reason starts focusing on somebody else, or he could just get very, very sick because he's not taking care of himself. But yeah, with It's All in Your Head, I do feel that this idea that he has to do everything on his own, that he's alone of sorts, and by this I mean, like, not necessarily that he feels like he doesn't have people that support him or people that will help him out, but more along the lines that he feels that he has to do everything himself, and he doesn't trust that there's a divine, bigger, higher force that is taking care of things as well. I hope you understand what I'm getting at. He doesn't really trust in destiny or fate. Let me just put it that way. And because of that, he puts a lot of pressure on himself to make his dreams come true, when in reality there's a little bit of luck that goes into it. And by luck I mean opportunities coming through, or the right people that help him make his path a lot easier and stuff along those lines. So I do feel that he is he's overthinking a lot, and that overthinking is creating a lot more pressure that it's necessary. So let's see, anything else for his career? Yeah, we have Strength reverse. He needs to cultivate and strengthen his inner strength. I'll get into details about that in Hermit. So he has 2 major arcanas again, meaning that this is a big message. This is a big, I guess, checkpoint in his life. A big lesson that he has to learn in his lifetime. So it doesn't matter if it's now or later or in a different situation, he needs to learn this anyway. So with Strength, we have Leo energy once again. And then with a Hermit, we have Virgo energy. So there is a sense of nourishing himself and trying to bring himself strength again. So with Strength reverse, it kind of shows me that he's not using his power in a healthy way. Now, I'm not saying that he is hurting other people or he's abusing his power, but what I mean is that he is putting too much focus in taking action, that he's not putting focus on nurturing himself. That's the power imbalance that he has within himself. Again, this is an internal issue. This is not I guess his environment could be influencing him, but I think this is more this is his issue. This is his way of thinking that's getting in the way of having something healthy for himself. That kind of thinking. So with the Hermit, it kind of shows that he needs to slow down. He needs to isolate himself and just be alone with his thoughts and with his feelings. He needs to kind of put himself in a situation where he can truly get in touch with his deeper inner self, do some shadow work, of course, and then being able to, how should I put it, be his own guiding light, if that makes sense. So try to find strength within himself within that isolation. So he really needs to kind of dig deeper within himself in a moment where he can just stay on his own, so like that he's not influenced by his environment and he can truly ask himself what is it that he wants and the best way to work with himself. Now with Strength reverse, we're talking about someone that is powerful and is strong, but this is in a way that comes from the inside out. This is power that is not physical power. This is emotional strength. This is mental strength. This is all of the types of strength that cannot be seen nor necessarily measured. This is the type of strength that will give him a lot of nurturing, a lot of life and vitality. It's something that will energize him again. But that's the thing that he has to focus on right now. Something that brings him back to life in his career. He may need a break. Like, I think it's very well deserved. He needs a break. But like a true break. I don't mean a break of like not working in his career. I mean a break where he stops thinking. If that makes sense. He thinks less and feels more. But let's get into his love life. What's going on with Jisung's love life? Okay, I'll take this one. And then I'll take the bottom of the stack that just came out. Or they'll reverse. A lot of purple. You know what song I have had stuck in my head for a while? Balloons by TVXQ. That song is so sad. Every time I hear it, it feels so sad. Okay, what's going on with his love life? Oh. This feels like self-love. I haven't seen this message in a while. Anyway, so we have full moon in Aquarius, which show the world the real you. And we have new moon with a new start is coming. So new moons are supposed to talk about a new beginning, a new chapter in your life, and full moons talk about being at the peak of your energy. So with these two cards right here, first of all, we have a lot of purple, meaning that there is a sense that he needs to get in tune with his crown chakra and his third eye in order to see things with a clear mind, being able to see beyond the surface level of things and being able to think clearly because there's no, I guess, overthinking or unnecessary thoughts clouding his judgment. Now with Show the World the Real You and a new start is coming, I do feel that the focus for him in his love life is self-love. Is the lights he's playing, that's scary. So I'll see that as confirmation that we're going down the right path. So with the Aquarius energy, we have the sense of he needs to embrace the unique parts of himself. He needs to like continue going down a road where he's a rebel. And by this, I mean, he's still young. I don't know how young he is, but he's young. At least younger than me. So maybe he doesn't really understand the true nature of being a rebel. So I feel that right now he's in a path where he is like that movie title, Rebel Without a Cause. So people that were getting into trouble and doing a bunch of things, going against the status quo of sorts, just because they were angry. They didn't know how to truly channel that anger. And I do feel like he could be in that state where his anger transforms into this nervous energy that is becoming very unhealthy for him because he's not taking care of himself. He doesn't know how to put boundaries within himself. And because of that, he finds it very hard to put boundaries within his career as well. And I feel like my throat chakra closing up as I talk about that. So with the show The World or Real You, we have Aquarius energy. And as I mentioned, Aquarius is a rebellious sign, right? It's a sign that doesn't like to conform to the norms, likes to go outside, think outside of the box and be unique. Aquarius is usually the energy that embraces being different. It's a sign that likes to be innovative and doesn't mind being eccentric, right? So I do feel that with him, Show the World the Real You, there is a sense where he has to be a bit more vulnerable with himself, so like that he can channel that anger in a way where it's actually healthy. So if something is unfair or he feels things are not going in a way that he feels comfortable, instead of projecting that anger into somebody else, he will slowly learn how to, when he does this like self-love and self-healing type of thing, I guess he will be able to finally just put boundaries. Say, this is unacceptable, I will not tolerate this. This is the boundary, right? I will not deal with these people, I will not deal with these actions. That's the type of, I guess, the healthiest way he can channel his anger. I feel like a little bit of spice or something being stuck in the back of my throat. Okay, now the other cards that we have right here, we have Translucence with Love the Darkness and Nas with Feel Loved and Proud. And both cards have birds in it. He just wants to be free. In his love life, we have this sense of he feels caged, he feels trapped, he feels like a prisoner, something's holding him back. And I do feel that if he nurtured himself a bit more and loved himself a bit more, instead of being, how should I put it, accepting those sides of himself. So if he did some shadow work and just accepted that there's things that naturally anger him, that there's things that he just won't tolerate and stuff along those lines. So definitely a lot of self-love, self-healing, and self-acceptance. I think self-acceptance is important. I think since he's been in the industry for so long and he started at a very young age, he has a messed up idea of what beauty is. He has a messed up idea of what discipline is, and he also has a very messed up idea of what his desires are. Now, when I mean desires, I mean what his goals are, what he really wants in life. He hasn't really given much thought about it, because I do feel like he's in the industry that it doesn't matter how young you are. When you're in that industry, it's very easy to be influenced and in a way brainwashed to always following what people tell you what to do, right? If you don't want to cause problems, it's easier to just do what you're told. And I think that goes outside of that industry as well. I do feel that society, by putting its laws and its way of thinking and what is normal and stuff, it really influences some people to just kind of stay in a bubble and stay in like boxes and stuff. And I'm not saying that there's something necessarily wrong with that, but it's definitely wrong when you put that above your personal needs and you use other people's labels as a way of labeling yourself, even if it doesn't fit you. I do feel that people are more than just black and white, right? Things are not always how should I put it, clear cut. There's a lot of the in-between complexities that make us people and that make it so we don't necessarily are fully satisfied with the situations we're in. And I do feel that with him, he has not had enough time to just think about himself, what he wants and how he sees things. And that has made it very difficult because now he doesn't really know that he's not even showing who he truly is, or he doesn't feel comfortable showing who he truly is. I think that this is a little bit of both, right? He doesn't know who he is and he doesn't want to show it. So with Love the Darkness, I do have a feeling that he needs to understand that by doing shadow work doesn't mean that there's evil in him. It doesn't mean that he's wrong. He just needs to accept that that's a part of him. And also, I do feel that when people do shadow work, people have an idea that we're just looking at the ugly sides of ourselves, which is not true. When someone is doing shadow work, they're looking at the parts of themselves that they do not accept. And sometimes we don't accept that we're a lot better than we think. And sometimes we can't accept that we deserve a lot more than what we get, right? Or that we deserve a lot more than what we accept. Well, putting all of that aside, let's see what more information we could get for his love life. Yeah, we have the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords reverse. So with the 5 of Wands, there is fighting, issues, arguments, competition. I feel like a pain in the pit of my stomach. I do have a feeling that there is a lot of unhealthy competition and fights that surround him. This 5 of Swords usually talks about a fight that is someone that's trying to win at all costs. And it being reversed kind of shows me that there's this fights and this competition, trying to be the best, trying to be on top, trying to be better than everybody else. That has, I don't know how to say that in English. I guess the payment for doing something like that and thinking like that is actually getting to him. Constantly comparing himself to other people, comparing his success to other people's success. I should be there. I should have done that already. Why am I not there? Those thoughts and those ideas are really weighing him down. So the 5 of Wands is talking about issues, fighting, arguments. The 5 of Swords reverse is talking about someone that was trying to win at all costs but failed. So I do have a feeling that putting those things together kind of show that that's the mentality that's getting in the way of his self-love and something that he has to work for in order to truly get freedom. In order to nurture himself, he needs to address these issues. He needs to look at the things that he doesn't like and the things that trigger him, so he fully understands why that's the case, and that will make it easier to work through those issues. It will also make it easier if they surface again, because now he's aware of them. So if he gets mad, at least he will be able to understand why he's getting mad, or why he's getting angry, or why he's getting sad. Maybe anger could be his his initial or his instinct, the first reaction that comes to mind, when in reality he's feeling other emotions like sadness. You know, he could be the type of person that instead of showing that he's sad, he just shows that he's angry. I don't really know him, so I don't know if that's true or if that's just an example. So yeah, he definitely feels like he's in the Wild Wild West, constantly fighting for survival. And that makes it difficult for him to be able to just kind of stay in silence and get to know himself better. But let's wrap up his reading by just getting healing messages for him. So we have the Parrot Spirit with Watch Your Words. Definitely, his impulses could get him in a lot of trouble. If he's not thinking clearly, he will just say things that can be very painful and hurtful to other people, when at the end of the day, it's just a reflection towards him. If he criticizes someone, it's actually a projection, and it's a mirror to how he sees himself. If he says something ugly and nasty towards someone, that's what he's telling himself. He's just projecting. That's why he has to be careful with his words, because the words that he tells other people say a lot about him, and also the words that he tells himself, he has to watch out. He's hurting himself more. Let's see. So yeah, he needs to be careful. He could be putting himself down just because he doesn't want to see the real issue. Oh, the lights went off. Yeah, seeing that the purple lights went off kind of tell me that he needs to work a lot in his crown chakra and his third eye. So then we have the moth spirit with surrender now. He's definitely finding it very difficult to just accept the helpless spirit. He's putting a lot of pressure on himself, and that's not necessary. He needs to kind of allow things to just flow. Things that are not in his control, he has to let them go. So for example, yeah, he can work hard on his skills, but he needs to learn that just because he's working hard, it doesn't necessarily mean that opportunity will present itself. Like, bringing that opportunity forward, that's something that the universe will take care of. Him working on his skills and his talent is what he has control over, and that's what he should work on. But when he's tired, he needs to take a break. We have the dog spirit with be loyal to what you love. This connects a lot to his love life. He needs to be loyal to his own thoughts, to his own heart, his emotions. Instead of comparing himself to other people and to the success of others and seeing like, oh, I haven't reached that point, he needs to be loyal to himself. Be proud of the accomplishments he has gotten, being happy about the hard work he has put in his career, put in himself, and all of that. Again, self-love, self-healing. And then the last card that we have here is a skunk spirit with know your worth. With it being reversed, definitely shows that this is a big topic for him. He's very insecure about his success. He's very insecure about expressing himself freely, and because of that, he feels trapped. He feels like he's been held down. He feels like he's caged. He feels, how should I put it? He feels he's under the spotlight, and he finds all the eyes on him to be unbearable. He finds it very difficult to just be himself, even when he's on his own. He has put on a mask that he just doesn't know how to take off anymore. So with know your worth reverse, that's kind of what the strength card reverse is talking about. Loving himself, taking care of himself, nurturing himself, and all of the things that will bring life to him again. But again, this is healing from the inside out. Anyway, I'll leave that there. I hope you guys liked this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I do feel that it's kind of sad that he's going through this, but it's pretty normal, unfortunately. He's growing up and he's in a very toxic environment. This could be very difficult, especially since he started at a very young age. And I do not know how his support system is, but unfortunately it feels that it's one filled with a lot of competition. And that can make it very difficult for anyone to give him a healthy example of, or just give him a stable environment for him to be able to stay protected and heal himself. Yeah, I think he's going through it and it's very difficult for him. I don't know what else to say besides that this whole thing that we've been talking about from his career on, that's the delay that he's going through in his life. He needs a lot of inner child healing, a lot of self-love, and a lot of self-care. Anyway, I'll leave that there. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is, however that is. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.